Hey everybody, I'm still working on the drinking stream, trying to edit that down, but before then, now that Arthurian Legends is fully out, I wanted to go over 3 of the infinite combos that you can actually do in this game now. Before this, we haven't really seen any infinite combos, but because of all the new cards, some of these are just absolutely broken, and I'll go in order of what I think is the most overpowered combos, and then the last one can be good, but it requires a little bit more setup, a little bit extra stuff. It's weird. So all of these infinite combos require at least 5 cards to do, minimum. We have yet to find any sort of combo that uses less than 5 cards in order to do, and at least one of them has to be unique. So they're not exactly the most overpowered things in the world, but they can certainly be fairly good if used properly. So the first one I like to call Crack Snacks, because it uses the old snacks combo of using Candlemass Monks with Crave Golem in order for you to get extra turns by having your Candlemass Monks be attacked by Crave Golem at the start of your opponent's turn to skip their turn, because Candlemass Monks says Deathrite proceeds to the end phase. So I wanted to make this so that it is a true infinite combo. So the way for this infinite combo to work, you need, very, very simply, you need you need Crave Golem, you need Candlemass Monks, you need Dame Britomart, which I initially thought was going to be a really good card, but it fully enables this infinite combo, and you either need Golden Harp or Shield Maidens in order for this to truly go infinite. So how this works is you need a Golden Harp or Shield Maidens nearby this, and you need at least one of your opponent's sites that they can't defend against. If they can't defend or intercept against this, then you've gone fully infinite. So let's assume that we have all the cards out already. You're golden, all right? So what you're going to do is, at the beginning of your turn, Crave Golem is going to attack Dame Britomart, and you're thinking, oh, well, Dame Britomart is a 3/5, and Crave Golem's only a 3 power. This doesn't work, they'd kill each other. Well, with Golden Harp or Shield Maidens out, they take only 2. Shield Maidens and Golden Harp both do roughly the same thing in this version of the combo. So Crave Golem's going to attack Dame. Nothing's going to happen as long as you have Kytherian Mechanism, which, because the Crave Golem makes it so that it attacks a random minion within its range of motion, Kytherian Mechanism being able to choose what the random outcomes are, you can force it to attack Dame, nothing happens. Then if we have all the cards out already, Monks and Dame are both going to move towards the unblocked site, and all right, now this is where the full infinite begins, because start of your opponent's turn, you're going to have the Crave Golem attack the Monks, and then proceed to end phase. All right, now it's beginning of your phase as well. You're going to have the Golem attack your Dame as well. Again, nothing happens because nothing happens. And then during your turn, all you need to do is have Dame successfully attack an enemy site, and instead of dealing the damage, she's going to summon a mortal from your cemetery to her location instead. So you're going to resummon Monks to her location instead of that damage. Beginning of your opponent's turn now, Crave Golem's going to attack Monks again. Boom. Goes infinite. You can keep doing that over and over again. Your opponents then stop taking turns. Obviously, because you're not actually dealing any damage to their sites or anything. On top of that, you need to have some way of actually ending the game. So you have created an infinite and shown them you can create an infinite. You can draw as many cards as you want, do whatever, but as long as you have literally anything like a Scourge Zombies, which you can have in your graveyard to then replace with the Monks in order for you to just get more value. If you have even an Apprentice Wizard, Sisters of Avalon, Highland Princess, if you have any of those, you can just keep attacking their sites one by one, or heck, even your avatar can do it. And if you just keep attacking them one by one, your opponent just can't do anything about it. They can't play any spells after that. You have presented I win the game by doing this. It's a really, really strong combo, and I think it can be done very well. This is just the list that I made for it. It's not the best thing in the world. It can be better, but yeah, it can definitely be a really, really strong combo and gives you infinite turns. It truly does. The next one is infinite mana. The only issue is, while it does require 5 cards in order for you to do, it technically needs a 6th in order for one of the conditions to be met, but that 6th can be basically whatever, and it needs a payoff. So while it needs more like 7 cards, the 6th and 7th card can be so many more. Basically, with this infinite mana combo, all you need is Donnybrook Inn or Hamlet, or yeah, Donnybrook Inn or Hamlet, because you're going to be discounting Finwife, and Finwife has to be nearby an enemy avatar. So that's why this combo is a little wonky. So as long as Hamlet, Donnybrook Inn are nearby an enemy avatar, and it needs to be flooded, which is odd, but hear me out. So with Lady Isiult as well nearby this combo, and a Wicked Witch, so other nearby minions have -2 power. So with Giant Shark in the body of water that it is, you're going to play Finwife on your Donnybrook Inn or Hamlet. It's gonna, so for 1 mana it provides you 2. Now it provides you the 2 mana. Then Giant Shark is going to see that it entered the body of water, move in and attack Finwife, but Lady Isiult's gonna look at it and go, oh, Finwife died, return it to your hand. But the Finwife deals 0 damage to your Giant Shark since Wicked Witch is around. So it's gonna bounce back to your hand, and now you have 2 mana. Spending 1 of the mana, you can then replay Finwife and repeatedly do that, gaining you 2 mana every single time, and you have effectively gained infinite mana. Now you can hit them with an Arcane Barrage, you can hit them with a... Lord, you could hit them with anything. I mean, you can use this to, you know, and was it with Bottomless Pits and like an Apprentice Wizard, you could draw your whole entire deck. Yeah, Arcane Barrage, you could just do infinite mana. My favorite is with Hider Sprite. You're able to make it so your opponents literally cannot cast any spells during your next turn by naming every single spell in the game. It'll take a while, but once you've shown like, hey, I've made infinite mana, there's infinite possibilities with this. So yeah, this is just a way for you to just make infinite mana, period. And it only requiring 2 threshold of each different type. Super easy to pull off. The only issue is getting that Lady Isiult and a Wicked Witch, but with so many other things you can do in the game, it's insane. I would probably run possibly Wave Shaper, if at minimum run a Floodplain, just so you can get at least a site, one of those sites flooded. So it can be done, and if it pops off, it can be absolutely insane and game breaking, but it does require at least 5 cards to do, and then another 6 card in order for you to fully win the game. Now onto, it's an infinite life / death triggers. In general, it's going to be infinite death triggers, but it can give you infinite life, but since your maximum life is only 20, you can't go more than that. But this is how the combo works. So with Lady Isiult again, because Lady Isiult is just absolutely broken, you need at least Town or Hamlet, Donnybrook Inn, or Bottomless Pit is a different part of a different version of the combo, which you can do. With any of these that discount any of your cards that you play, you need one of the 1 mana, 1 powers, all right? Which you can pair this combo up with basically anything because it's infinite, you know, death triggers, enter the battlefield effects, just anything. So any Genesis effects. So yeah, with Lady Isiult and at least 1 spellcaster that is equipped with Ring of Morrigan, or Morion, however you want to say it. Basically, what you'll do is, for free, you're going to have the spellcaster, probably Apprentice Wizard, with Ring of Morion, cast one of your 1 mana, 1 powers onto the site that makes it cost 1 less, so it costs 0. The Ring of Morion is then going to trigger, dealing 1 damage to your other 1 mana, 1 power, dealing the 1 damage, gaining you 1 life. Cool? Sound great? So that's going to kill that one, but Lady Isiult will then see it and have it returned to your hand. So now you have 1 mana, 1 power, and 1 mana, 1 power in hand, but they both cost 0. So if you keep playing them over and over again, it's going to deal damage, gain you infinite life. It's also infinite death triggers, but there is a version of it with 3 cards instead of just 2 that can work with 4 Waters of Paradise and a Scavenging Fiend. Because what you do, and Bottomless Pit. So if you put a Scavenging Fiend on Bottomless Pit, it is going to Genesis, conjure a broken artifact to this location. Bottomless Pit's going to see it enter and kill it. Lady Isilt is going to have it return to your hand instead, so then you get it back, but you have this 4 Waters of Paradise now on the Bottomless Pit, meaning you can then sacrifice 4 Waters of Paradise to then make Scavenging Fiend cost 0, and you're able to then replay it and keep going, like returning the 4 Waters Paradise back from your cemetery back to the Bottomless Pits, having Scavenging Fiend bounce between Bottomless Pits back to your hand, keep going, casting infinite. This can be a way to actually end the game as long as your like, your Apprentice Wizard with Ring of Morgan is near is near an enemy avatar. You can deal infinite damage with that, but if you don't, then at the same time, if you have something like Shield Maidens or something near, you can just have them deal the 1 damage to something else, and since it deals 1 less damage, then none of the damage is actually dealt. Therefore, you can just keep doing it, keep gaining infinite life. It's a little bit of a wonky style deck, and is very defensive until you happen to get like a weird combo going off. I could definitely make a deck for this, since I only made the Crack Snacks deck just because I figured it out, went, this deck's absolutely insane, and was like, all right, I'm building it. I want to see how this works. I'm going to do more testing on some of these, and if I find out any more infinite combos in general, I can find more of them for you guys, because in general, this game shouldn't have any infinite combos, and we can only really find them if we use 5 or more cards, so it's kind of nuts that way, but we're still finding them. I'm still one of the big pioneers trying to find all of these infinite combos, and yeah, shout out to Justin, who actually gave me the idea for the Crack Snacks deck, because he explained to me what the Snacks deck originally was. Shout out to him. It really gave me the motivation to like just absolutely break this combo just wide open. Shout out to basically everybody who's been working on this infinite death triggers life, enters battle Genesis kind of deck. I will admit, I am not the first person to find this. I don't remember who the first person was who actually did find this. I actually made this like a little bit after they had found it out, and I then posted it, was like, oh my god, I found this new combo. I didn't realize, they had actually found it before I did, like I'm talking minutes beforehand. But I then have adjusted the combo, found different versions of it with like, Waters of Paradise, Scavenging Fiend, Bottomless Pit, stuff like that. I've been finding little extra things like that. There's so many ways for these combos to then go and be utilized with other cards. So if you guys have any ideas of other sort of combos that exist, or you want me to search out and make more, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below any of yours that you find, or any weird interactions you want me to look through. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.